Hey guys, I'm Dimension Jump and today I'll be doing my top 5 concepts that could be brought back into Breath of the Wild 2. Now, with Breath of the Wild 2, we don't really know that much about the game. The only thing that we do know about the game is that Ganondorf is returning, and that he's got this kind of weird hand thing. And this latest is basically going to be talking about some old Zelda concepts that have been introduced in old games that could appear in Breath of the Wild 2, and see how they could, how Nintendo could add these features in the game. So for number 5 is some kind of ability that Link can use. Now, in previous Zelda games, Link has been shown to use various abilities in some of the games. So for instance, in Ocarina of Time, he is able to go back and forth 7 years in the past and the future, and depending on where he is, whether he's in the past as a child or when he's in the future as an adult, he can do various things depending on where he's in. Because if he's like in the past, he's able to collect the lens of truth, because he's just small enough to go through the gap that's underneath the well. Whereas if he's in the future, he is able to use the iron gauntlets and the silver gauntlets and the gold gauntlets, that sort of thing. And for Breath of the Wild 2, I like to see like some sort of ability Link is able to use. So he could use the possible ability that Link could be given in the game is that hand thing that is shown in the trailer when he grabs it, and it seems to be like that looks like some sort of ceiling hand or something. We're not 100% sure yet, because we haven't really seen that much in terms of Breath of the Wild 2. And that could be an ability that Link can use, and it can like seal specific stuff or teleport specific stuff away from him or towards him or something like that. That could be a really cool ability. Or it could be something that could be used on specific enemies or monsters, and they can help Link find their weakness or something. I don't know yet. It would be cool to see what kind of thing that the hand does. For number 4 is time travel. Now, I know that time travel in Breath of the Wild 2 would probably cause like a sort of like split between the Zelda fans. Mainly because there might be people who say, "Oh, time travel shouldn't be in this game." It'll just cause another big timeline that we've had with the previous Zelda games, where we've had like, you know, some games going into one specific part of the timeline and some games going in another part of the timeline. But when I'm talking about time travel, I mean but talking about mainly about how Skyward Sword used it, and not how Ocarina of Time used it when Link is sent back to his childhood, and then all the split happens, that sort of thing. So if time travel is brought into the game, I would like to see it go a similar way in Skyward Sword's case, because I would like to see like Link going back in time to a specific point in time and collecting a specific item or weapon or whatever to get to a specific dungeon or temple or boss that he can't get to without going back in time and collecting the specific item. Or he could go back in time, move some stuff about in like a puzzle format, and then go back to the future and complete the rest of the puzzle. That would be an awesome sort of concept to do. If we can see this sort of time travel thing, or we could see him like in Skyward Sword, where he could plant the tree to get the fruit to revive the Thunder Dragon. We could see something like that, where Link has to plant, like, let's say a tree or something, or a bean sprout, and then we go back into the future, and that thing is fully grown, and we can go to a specific part of the dungeon or something. For number 3 is a new or old companion. Now, depending on if this does happen, I would really like for like the first bit of the game to have Zelda as a companion, because we are shown that Zelda and Link are traveling together, and they are underneath what I think Hyrule Castle, and it would be cool to see Link and Zelda kind of teaming up for a bit, and then when it comes to finding Ganondorf, both Link and Zelda split up for a while, and then we'll probably be introduced into a new companion or an old one, because I would like to see Fi appear as a companion, because she has been mentioned within the original Breath of the Wild with some, mentions, and also she has also sort of like made her sort of almost physical appearance. That being in the Secret Memory, and also in once you've beaten the entire Trial of the Sword, where she does the whole sound effect, glimmering sword thing whenever she's about to leave the Master Sword and tell Link about what to do or that sort of stuff. But if it's a new companion, it would be nice to see a new companion as well, just to see like how this new companion interacts with Link and that sort of thing. For number 2 is a new instrument. Now, the Zelda series is well known for its instruments, because you've got the Ocarina of Time, you've got the harp, you've got the Wind Waker, and you've got various other instruments that can be used in various games. And I would like to see a new sort of instrument that Link can use, and this instrument could help him uncover certain elements or certain secrets that he might have missed throughout a particular dungeon or part of Hyrule or underneath Hyrule itself or something like that. And I would like to hear new kind of music for this, because it could be something like Ocarina of Time, in which in that game you were taught new music, and you were able to transport yourself across the world, like with the temple songs, or you could have songs like Epona song, and you could have that to bring in the horses towards you, and that'd be something like that, and that'd be kind of cool. And for number 1 are the time shift stones. Now, what I like about the time shift stones is that they're probably one of my favorite parts of Skyward Sword, that being the Lanayru area. And what I like about them is that you can basically see a specific area of the past. So, for instance, when you first enter the Lanayru area, and before you enter the Ancient Cistern, there are some areas in that game, or in that area, where you can hit a time shift stone, and you'll see, and it will do this. They'll be given an area of where where the power is, and you can see specific parts sort of look new and shiny, as if they have never been destroyed and stuff like that. And it would be just nice to see time shift stones make their appearance again in Breath of the Wild 2, and we can get to see what certain areas could have been looking like let's say 100 years ago, before Calamity Ganon took over. And I think time shift stones will be a nice sort of concept, and be some sort of critical help to Link throughout the course of the game. Or they could be brought into specific dungeons in which they can be used, because the time shift stones have been used to help Link through specific dungeons, like the Sand Ship and the Ancient Cistern, and it would be nice to see them make some sort of appearance, or kind of some sort of reference or something like that. So that's been my top 5 concepts that could be brought back into Breath of the Wild 2. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.